So we were saying, how has Kiambu contributed to media development in the entire country? And as we know, the map of Kiambu, where it's located in the country. But I wanted to personalize the story a bit so that we can remember even now and going forward. And I said Kiambu is home to one of Kenya's leading broadcasters. So because all of us are working in Kiambu, it's good to identify where we can anchor ourselves and also visualize our future based on the story of somebody else who has walked before us. So one of the leading broadcasters, his name is Pastor Timothy Kamau. It's him. He's belated. So this is a picture, I think, of his eulogy celebrating the life of. So his name is Pastor Timothy Kamau. He was the first Christian broadcaster in Kenya. So Pastor Timothy Kamau was a resident of Kijabe. And as we all know, Kijabe is a ward in Lari constituency, Lari Municipality, and it is also in Kiambu County. So he produced the popular radio show, Wimbo Niupendao. He's an old man. He was there before the colonial period. And he was able to start a studio in his home area in Kijabe. And you know, Kijabe is one of the interior parts of this country. But I think I'm older than almost all of you. I'm older than Chief, imagine. So, you can imagine, all the way from Kijabe, Biblia husema broadcasting was a very renowned radio during those years. And it was domiciled where? In Kijabe, not in Nairobi. But its airwaves were able to influence the country in many ways, and you'll see that in my slide. And you see, now he grew old and he was an old man. And he was also a producer of a popular radio show, Wimbo Niupendao. So I asked myself, what have I produced myself as a media person? What advances have I made in the world of media, technology, and information? It's a question for all of us, because I think we should endeavor to be like that and be ambitious. So the same story continues, that history records that Wimbo Niupendao, the show that Pastor Timothy produced, was a favorite show of the founding father of Kenya, President Jomo Kenyatta. We all know the first president of the country. Yeah. Gen Z, tuko na student on attachment pale, anaitwa Wandia, unajua? So the favorite show, one of the favorite shows of the founding father was Wimbo Niupendao. It is recorded and it is said that during the show on Sunday afternoons, most people don't know the religion, or was Jomo Kenyatta a Christian, was he a Muslim, was he a traditionalist, and all that. But one significant thing about Jomo was that every Sunday afternoon he would demand for quiet in his house to listen to the show. It was one of his favorite shows. During the burial of Pastor Timothy, one of the family members of Jomo is the one who went and expressed that. He said, on Sunday afternoons, if he was in State House, wherever he was, he did not, anaambia Uhuru nyamazeni, nini, his children, and he'd specifically sit to listen to Wimbo Niupendao, a show that was started by somebody deep down the valley of Kijabe. So the show was highly consumed from 1958 to 1990. And you see the kind of audience he had. I think that's amazing, isn't it? Yeah. That's really amazing. So from that story, I tend to ask myself, and also come up with different conclusions, different summary of thoughts. So we say Kiambu has long contributed to Kenya's media and communication landscape through resilient local journalism, creative storytelling, and community-centered broadcasting, or community radio, that like the one we have seen of Biblia Usema. We also are aware, the likes of Jeff Koinange and other reputable people we've known over the years. And I prepared this presentation, as a challenge to us that I believe we are all very young. We should remain ambitious, we should remain creative, we should remain innovative. We should not shield our ambitions based on maybe the circumstances that surround you. And so in life, I think life is what you make it to be, is what you endeavor to do every day. And despite of the limitations you may find, unasema bado sijapelekwa training, sijafanywa nini, you can explore YouTube, you can explore social media and come up with more innovations that can add value in the work we are doing now, and also add value on you becoming such an influential person, somebody who influenced the airwaves in the 1950s, and it lived on until 1990. I think we have capacity, especially in the time we're living in. You can find out what is happening in the US right now. You can contribute to global conversations. So I strongly believe in that. I strongly believe in that. So as artificial intelligence, new media platforms, and digital technologies transform how information is produced, distributed, and consumed, what is your role? What is your contribution in all that? So I end by saying, Kiambu, we have a strategic opportunity to lead, innovate, and amplify local voices on a national and global stage. As we say, Kiambu is the bedroom of Nairobi. We have very many advantages. In terms of if you want to do business, if you want to access the latest technologies, Nairobi has a lot of those things. We are highly privileged, highly advantaged. So beyond what we can see, beyond what we see in our small cocoons, I think we have a lot of potential to come up with ideas, to come up with innovations, to become great in this life, and also influence generations that come behind us. Si tutakumbuka story ya Pastor Timothy? Yeah. Thank you very much. So our guest speaker today is Mr. Timothy Nyenjeri. Sitaweza kusema sana, but I'll read for you maybe the keywords. He's a result-driven legal advisor, strategic leader, and also associate partner at Lamada's Law and Security Consultancy. He has extensive expertise in constitutional law, national security, criminal justice, public policy, and international relations, and brings a wealth of experience from government and private sector. He has also served as director, programs and strategic partnerships at the DP's office, where he has overseen different socioeconomic programs, and also he's an expert in business government experience in local and in the United States of America. He holds a Bachelor of Science in Humanities, Social Science, na hizo zingine hapo. In a nutshell, he has a BA in Communication and Russian Studies, Ancient Greek, Roman Politics, Philosophy, Humanities, hizo vitu zote. Tuko pamoja, kila mtu anaona? Sawa. And in addition to that, Timothy Nyenjeri is a grandson of who? Mr. Timothy. Wow. Sawa. So that is how my introduction comes together. So we are here with the grandson of the great. A grandson of the great. So karibu sana Timothy.